The Adventures of Bucktooth Macatoot. Episode 1, The Job Seeker.
If ye were looking for a face model to advertise a new batch of fancy photo frames in a backway-pound shoppy, by hell ye wouldn't be asking Bucktooth Macatoot. Cursed with breath more foul than a bottom of a peat digger's boot, eyes that regularly disagreed about which direction they should be pointing, and teeth like a row of condemned hooses from a arse end to a glebe, it was fair to say that Bucktooth had a face that could stop a clock, and probably play havoc with every wristwatch within a 50-foot span. A day, however, he had to try and look his very best, as his mother had sorted him out with an interview for a job, in hopes it would get him off his fat arse and make him enough money to pay back a fine he got from the courts on the previous Thursday. He picked up a fine after he was caught waddling out of Macallan's shoppy in Thurso with 34 assorted women's bras and knickers rammed in the front of his naff-naff tracksuit bottoms. "Get yourself dressed now, Bucktooth, before I come up that stairs and knock you 7 shades of shite at you," screamed Bucktooth's mother, Mary Macatoot. A formidable beast of a woman who had a day off from her job at the auction mart wrestling angry bulls till they groaned so they could be branded. "Ah, me there, I'm no any humoury day for his job hunting carry on," shouted Bucktooth. "I've just heard on the radio that big jockey Brunbull just got out of jail, and sure as hell he's going to give me a pasting. He's never forgiven me for climbing to that bastard Bertie Bobby that was him that threw a handful of coppers into Danny Craig's ice cream machine back in 1989. However, Bucktooth's mother was unsympathetic. "Get your peely-wally arse into that clothes right now, Bucktooth, or I'll plant my foot so far in your arse you'll have a taste of my size 12 brogue in the back of your throat for a fortnight." Bucktooth knew better than to argue with his mother when she was in the humours. So climbing out his pet, he pulled on his finest pair of heavily mended long chons, his favourite vintage tweed +4s, and set off till Thurso for his job interview. After a few glasses of a finest chilled buckfast in a nearby Newmarket bar till steady his nerves, he soon arrived at a reception desk of a doubt-be-damn memorial rubbish recycling factory to wait for his interview. After a short wait, a lassie soon came out with a clipboard and called his name, and straight away Bucktooth recognised her as Tina Bowley, a middle-aged single mother of 6 bairns, who were all called Davy. Now, you would think this would be a problem when shouting them in for their dinner, but luckily they all had different surnames. Glad that Tina didn't seem to recognise him, Bucktooth followed her into a wee office and sat down at the desk opposite her. "Well, Mr. Macatoot," said Tina, "thank you for your application to join us here at the rubbish recycling factory, but there's a few things about your CV I'd like to discuss with you if that's okay." "Oh, hell, not a bother," said Bucktooth, plonking his fusty size 10 wellies on a table. "Fire on with your questions, for I'm nothing but open book till ye, my dear." "Well, Mr. Macatoot," said Tina, "it says here that you worked at a Sandra's chip shop in Thurso for a fortnight back in 1991 before getting his sack. Can you tell me what happened?" "Oh, hell no, that was just a damn carry-on for sure right now. I wasn't even treated fairly," said Bucktooth through a mouthful of crumbs after helping himself to the plateful of chocolate-covered hobnobs that lay on the table in front of him. "Let me tell you, as Tina, I've got a strong case here for unfair dismissal. Yon bloody Super Mario-looking bastard that works here wasn't too keen on seeing me handling the dough," said Bucktooth. "All right," said Tina. "I take it he wasn't too keen on having you involved with the preparation of a pizza bases." Well, no, Tina," said Bucktooth. I can't lie to you because you seem like a fine lassie, and may I say with a fair set of paps on you. No, he caught me high-tailing it out the back of the door of his shoppy with the contents of a till after my shift finished." "Oh, I see," said a shocked Tina, scribbling so hard on her clipboard that there was smoke coming off her HB pencil. "Oh, and I see that you also worked for a short time there as an usher at the old Thurso Picture House back in 1984 before being sacked for arguing with the management." Bucktooth jumped to his chair faster than a tank hearing a siren. Now see, was that hell my fault? I was standing up for the common man and demanding a refund for the whole audience when they threw me out on my arse. Tina looked shocked. What in the hell were you demanding the audience be refunded for? Well, said Bucktooth, they played that film Never-Ending Story, and I'll tell you this, the damn thing only lasted for 1 hour and 42 minutes. Well, Tina hadn't been so shocked since that time she heard someone sing Sex Bomb and Tune during karaoke night at a camps in Wick. Right, said Tina, regaining her composure. Finally, I see here you had a brief stint delivering bouquets for a flower shop in Wick before they gave you a sack. Can you tell me what happened? Bucktooth sank down into his chair. Last time he was this embarrassed, he'd been caught with his hand in his drawers whilst peeking through windows at over 40s ladies' swimming sessions at a Thurso pool. Oh hell, I made a fair mistake, said Bucktooth. I mixed up 2 deliveries of bouquets. I took one till the opening day of the original factory shop in Wick that said deepest sympathies, and the other I took till the funeral of Big Chimag Swanson, the famous bare-knuckle fighter who back in his 60s used to knock absolute beans out of all the hardy tanks down to Johnny Smith's boxing at a riverside in Wick. Oh mercy, said Tina, and what did that bouquet say? Oh, good luck in your new location. Bucktooth, said Tina Bowley, standing up at her chair and opening the door. There's just no chance at all if you get a job here. You're as much use as tits on fish. Now sling your hook out of here right now, you no good rotten manky bastard. Bucktooth got to his feet and made for a door. But before leaving he turned to Tina, and with every bit of venom he could muster, he said, Dinna you think you're better than me, Bowley? That hanging thing atween your legs has seen more traffic than the Georgemas Junction, and fired out more bairns than a circus car pumps out clowns. Anyway, you've always had it in for me after I baldy hips clean off you over a Pac-Man machine at the back with Beak's shop back in 1988, then never paid for your chips afterwards. You can take his job and ram it right where the good Lord split you midden. Bucktooth slammed the door and made his way till he come faster than a Thursa seagull on dropped chips.
Coming soon, the next episode of Bucktooth Macatoot!